The government, to their credit, have stepped in to provide some support. What is enough? How do I turn it off? How do I manage us out of this scenario?
And we already do have a very good regime, the voluntary administration regime. If they want to tinker around the edges and make some changes to make it a more cost-efficient process for small business, then absolutely. But starting from scratch is fraught with danger.
I think one of the best things that we ever did was implement that voluntary administration regime with a view to a deed of company arrangement, because we can, within 20 business days, 25 business days, put a proposal in front of creditors for acceptance, and potentially that proposal becomes on as soon as that acceptance is given. So that's a very fast turnaround, and a lot of work has to be done by guys like Bill and I to make that actually happen. The other element that we've seen recently, and this is something the profession was promoting at the beginning of the pandemic, is the concept of a holding DOCA, which is we need the protection from our creditors today. We don't know what the future looks like, but just give us some breathing space to figure it out, and then we'll come back and go, okay, we now know what our future is like. Here's the real proposal that we're putting in place.
And the bit that people don't understand, myself included until recently, was that the thing about a deed of company administration or a DOCA, company arrangement or a DOCA, is it's got to be a better outcome than the alternative.
Correct.
So even if a creditor doesn't get as much as they'd like, the outcome is still designed to give them more than they otherwise would get. And that's what people have got to keep in mind with how those are beneficial to the people loaning the money, trying to get it back in that scenario.
And I think there's a lot of sympathy for that type of arrangement or that type of proposal from the creditors at the moment, because everyone's in the same boat. We all know that times are tough out there and things have happened that are outside of people's control. So you do have that support likely from the bigger creditors, the banks and the ATO, and for a good proposal.
And if the company is trading during the voluntary administration process and there's a deed of company arrangement that allows the business to continue to trade into the future, not only are creditors going to get more money back than ultimate winding up or the immediate winding up, but you've kept employment going. You've kept sales going, which generates GST revenue and taxes. You've potentially got payrolls continuing to draw taxes. Like, to keep the business alive, running with employment and restructuring their balance sheet, it has a magnitude effect. It's like the $1 that circulates around the economy goes through 100 hands before it comes back to its original position.